Welcome to Stonefield Query's Knowledge Center, where we help you take the mystery out of reporting. In today's quick tips, we're going to learn about the Ask at Runtime option. By the end of today's lesson, you will know the purpose of the Ask at Runtime option, how to enable Ask at Runtime conditions, how to ignore Ask at Runtime conditions, and how to run a report with Ask at Runtime conditions. The Ask at Runtime option allows users to be prompted to enter a value for a condition when a report is ran. This allows users to customize a report against a different set of values without having to go into the report writer to edit the filter. Let's proceed to the Quick Reports wizard. In today's quick tips, we're going to be using a report that I've previously created called Cleaning Up Old Contacts. As a prerequisite for today's lesson, you should watch the video titled The Basics of Filtering. In the Basics of Filtering, we learned how to set up basic filter conditions. I'm going to expand on that theory and show you how to use the Ask at Runtime option. For the duration of today's lesson, let's proceed directly to Step 3, Standard Filter Options. You may recall when we added these conditions in the Basics of Filtering, the following company policies were considered. All records must remain in the system for a minimum of 3 years before they can be deleted, and any record that has contacted the company in the last 2 years cannot be deleted. When this report filter was added, it was May 22, 2008, and these conditions held true to company policy. However, time has passed, and we could be missing out on significant amounts of information. I'm going to show you how to keep your information current by using the Ask at Runtime option. Today, I'm going to be working with the Creation field and the Date field. Let's launch our filter condition dialog box by selecting the filter button. When you are setting up a report filter, you're going to have conditions with variables that will not change, such as the account type equaling the prospects that are found in this database. With Stonefield Query, it's very easy to enable the Ask at Runtime option. Simply go into any condition and check off the Ask at Runtime box. This will prompt you to enter a value when you run the report. Select OK to save your condition. You are also going to have conditions where the variables are constantly changing, such as you do with the creation date. This is where the Ask at Runtime option comes in very handy. It saves you from having to go into the report and editing the filters every time you want to run the report. To enable the Ask at Runtime option, let's launch the Filter Condition dialog box. When we return to the Filter Condition dialog box, we see that we have enabled the Ask at Runtime condition on the Creation field. Select OK to save your filter and return to the Reports wizard. I have taken the opportunity to enable the Ask at Runtime option on both the Creation and Date fields. Now, when we preview this report, we will be searching for all prospects that were created on or before a date that we will be prompted to enter when we run the report. From this list, we will exclude any record that has called in or emailed in since another date that we will be prompted to enter. To see the Ask at Runtime options in action, press the Preview button. When you run this report, you will be prompted with a dialog box with two options. You can choose to ignore this condition. By selecting Ignore this condition, you will turn off this filtering condition, or you can choose to update the value of your condition. As per this company's policy, all records must remain in the system for a minimum of 3 years before they can be deleted. Today's date is May 30th, 2008. We are looking for May 30th, 2005. To update your conditions, select the OK button. If you are running a report that contains both filtering conditions and exclusion filters like we are in this example, you will be prompted with a new dialog box for each type of filter. I would like to take the opportunity to show you what happens when you run a report with a filter that contains multiple Ask at Runtime conditions. For the purposes of this example, I've added a third Ask at Runtime condition to our report. I have enabled the Ask at Runtime option on the Activity field. As we learned in the Basics of Filtering, customer contact activities are either stored as email in or call in. Therefore, the default value of email in is correct. Let's proceed to our next filtering condition by selecting the Next button. Continue to update your conditions until the next button disappears. In this final condition, as per company policy, any record that has contacted the company in the last 2 years cannot be deleted. Today's date is May 30th, 2008. We are looking for May 30th, 2006. Hit OK to save your filtering condition. Once you have updated all of your filtering conditions, Stonefield Query will automatically begin processing the results so you can preview your report. When we preview our completed report, we see that our sales support team have 1,757 records in which to review. Let's proceed to the Knowledge Center for a summary of today's lesson. In today's lesson, you learned the purpose of the Ask at Runtime option, how to enable Ask at Runtime conditions, how to ignore Ask at Runtime conditions, and how to run a report with Ask at Runtime conditions. Thank you for watching today's presentation on the Ask at Runtime option.